Hi, I'm Bailey with my math experts, and today I'm going to teach you how to solve the following problem. I chose this one because it's a perfect example of like an SAT or ACT type problem where they just give you a lot of information and you have to figure out which information is relevant to you. So let's read it together first. It says Meredith invests $50,000 in her new business. It costs the company $10 to produce each unit, which is sold for $15. Let C represent the cost and R represent the revenue for X units. Which statement is true about the graphs of the equations C equals 50,000 plus 10x and R equals 15x? So if you're like me, you might have read this problem for the first time and been like, oh my gosh, there's so much information. It's crazy. We have C, we have R, we have 50,000, we have 10, we have 15, we have all of these equations now. Like, what does this stuff all mean? So something that's a good strategy to always consider is just always focus in on what you're trying to figure out and what tools specifically are going to help you get there, and kind of ignore everything else that's not going to help you get there. So they're just saying which statement is true about the graphs of the equations C equals 50,000 plus 10x and R equals 15x. Okay, so first we're going to need to know what statements we're actually comparing to each other. So if we read through these statements here, both slopes are positive, both slopes are negative, one slope is positive, the other is zero, one slope is negative, the other is positive. Okay, so the only things we really need to focus on then is the slope of these two equations. None of this first, three sentences, none of this really matters. That's just setting up how they got these equations. But now that they got the equations, we can just look at the equations and figure out what those mean, what the slopes are for those two equations. We don't even need to worry about all the setup. And this actually ends up being pretty easy because both of these equations are in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. And funny enough, this is actually on an Algebra 2 assessment that we have, but this is actually more like an Algebra 1 type question once you get down to it. Because both of these are in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, where m represents the slope of a line and b represents the y-intercept. So basically, the coefficient with the x term here is representing the slope. So in C, the coefficient with the x term is 10, positive 10 plus 10. And for R, the coefficient of the x term is a positive 15. So, hey, there you go. Both slopes are positive, and we don't even have to worry about the vast majority of the other information given in this problem. So yeah, just a helpful reminder. Always just go back to what am I trying to figure out? What's the quickest way to help me get there? And with a lot of these really wordy type problems, you can actually skip over a lot of the not important stuff. So thanks for watching. Hope that helped.